Aduh, Chorus mah udah lewat 10 tahun yang lalu ya.
Bener banget.
Ya,
Aduh,
gue udah play.
lagunya menyenangkan. Ini keren banget buah-buahan SMA.
Oh, bisa ya?
Mau ngebunuh Lucien konser dulu, Cah.
Yo, ada sayap lagi.
Yoi. Ini kalau di komik Hana Matsuri lu lagi ngerjain Roxion.
Itu di Netflix ada apa? The Melancholy of
Haruhi Suzumiya.
Itu terkenal banget ya?
Banget.
Kenapa sih?
Light novelnya ngaco, bagus banget.
Oh, oke.
Lu kalau nonton serialnya juga lu bakal bilang itu bagus.
Oke.
Voice actingnya bagus, ceritanya dibikin non chronological order jadi very interesting.
Oke.
Jadi lu mesti nonton tuh nanti habis nonton semuanya terus lu mesti nonton ulang karena lu bakal nontonnya yang chronological ordernya baru ngerti.
Oh.
Kalau enggak kayak what the hell, what happening?
Tuh, kalau di part ini tiap kali beatnya keluarin kayak fireworks gitu tuh.
Iya,
Gimana itu?
kupu-kupu fireworks gitu.
Tuh.
Sangat loh. Terus masih nyanyi.
Yo.
Dallas said you would come, old friend. You were always hard as diamonds. And
Nah, ini udah hampir habis keluar bunga, terus bunganya jadi butterfly.
Loh.
your divine welcomes you.
The traitor himself, the divine you once selflessly served, the one you thought dead, lords over the chamber from a granite throne. He
Kita
moves to
semua jalan
speak,
kecuali
but it's Riedeman's voice that
Iwa.
next pierces the air.
What a twist.
Soalnya gue masih punya option put the loot away.
Lucian frowns at Riedemann.
Tapi ini kalau gua
bestows a
lepas
benevolent
berat.
smile upon you.
Nggak tahu.
Tunggu
All
sampai
that
fight
you know
aja
of
bang,
him
baru
flashes across
Okay.
the panorama of your mind.
I underestimated you, Godwoken. You have proven to be a formidable foe. You have my respect.
Respect? Indeed.
Lucian's gaze rests upon you and goes through you. He takes your measure entirely.
Lucian, we should tell him the truth.
Yes, I agree. It is time we dropped our masks.
Dallis nods, then reaches for the sides of her head. Where there was one face, suddenly there are four. She takes off the mask of the shapeshifter.
I know you're
A
undead
skull is
Dallis.
revealed, bejeweled and ancient as the void.
I am eternal.
Ini yang gue lupa partnya. Dia Eternal juga.
Aren't they just full of surprises?
gue ngambil yang Ivan aja ya.
Iya kan?
Fear not, old friend. Dallis is on the side of all that is good. She is helping me rid Rivellon of the influence of the Source. Listen to her.
I shall tell you the tale as I told it to Lucian. Long ago, the scholar Fane discovered
Hello.
that the veil between the world and the void
Ay,
was
ngomongin
made
Fane
of
one.
source.
Oke.
Our seven lords
Iwan nggak
desired
mau
this power.
ini aja,
Nggak apa-apa, it's okay.
berhenti lootnya terus nanti langsung masuk conversation ini maksudnya kan?
Tapi gue ketele kan kalau kayak gitu, atau enggak?
Jalan pelan-pelan sih lu pasti ke bawah.
Oh, nggak apa-apa, ntar gampang.
Of course.
Silence, slave.
Yoi.
Silence.
Our king forbade the Seven to reach for this power, but they didn't listen. Instead, they rebelled and sent the king and his people into the void.
With the source they stole from the Veil, the Seven created the races so they would have worshippers.
Gue dari atas ke bawah aja ya.
During their
Seven yang
lives,
created,
worshippers
yang bikin
collect
races
souls.
kita.
When they
Uh-uh.
die, the
Whoa.
gods feed from them. It's an ingenious system.
Our souls are nothing but vats for the source-hungry gods.
The Seven made a mistake. By taking its source, they tore a hole in the veil, and it is through this hole that the void finds its way into our world.
The Seven's lust for power let in the void. Our goal is to close the hole they created, to restore the source to the Veil. When we are done, there shall be no more source in the world.
Gua nggak inget loh.
Rivellon will be finally free from the gods that enslaved them.
Lucian sama Dalis mau ngilangin source one semua.
Calling the whole being Dallas is king and people to end as well.
To break the vicious cycle of God,
My people cannot be
Makanin
allowed
source.
to return from the void. They are tarnished. They
udah.
are void woken.
Udah lihat.
udah.
They can only bring chaos and death and...
There is more, but she hesitates to share it. Then she decides that she must.
Oh, tadi
I was a
recent tuh
child when the God King
gambarnya
tore my family apart.
bukan ngomong.
I was purged of source and left to rot in a putrid tomb. A child. It was hell. A hell I suffered for the sins of my father. He was the one that betrayed the God King.
Yeah.
He was the one that told the Seven the secrets of the Veil.
Siapa
The
bapaknya?
cruel joke of it all is that the same tomb that housed my tortured body is what sheltered me from the void. Few Eternals escaped that fate. Myself, my mother, and Thane. Yes,
What?
Thane. You are my father.
Gua nggak inget sama sekali.
Ini Skywalker reverse ya.
Dallas gives you a steady look, cool and collected. This is your daughter. You are her father.
What? Child? Dead? Or in anger, she locked you on a stupid island. She tried to purge her own father.
Everything I did to fix your mistake. Our people, every purged sorcerer, every dead magister, all those weeping families, they're on your head, father. But now I have revenge. Revenge on the Seven and the God King. Revenge for what they took from me. My life. My people. My mother!
The hammer's voice falters and her coolness vanishes. Every crack and rasp betrays her grief. But her next words burn not with sadness, but anger.
Did you even look for me? Did you even look for her?
Dallas, control yourself. Our purpose transcends your personal wounds.
Yes. You are right.
Dallas's reasons weren't mine to question. All that ever mattered to me was peace. Peace for Rivellon. Peace for me, whatever the means. And now, we are on the precipice.
Well, for my information, what happened to the real Dallas?
She sacrificed herself for the betterment of Rivellon. She didn't do it willingly, mind you. Curiosity led her to the tomb. My hunger for source took care of the rest. I presume her bones remained there. And then I took her place. Face rippers are such marvels, aren't they? It didn't take long to realize that Lucian was the key to my vengeance, and I was the key to the salvation of Rivellon.
Lucians want peace. Let's call the brutal action yet. One man to
While
achieve
Dallas
peace.
sought the Aetheran, I started draining the gods of their source.
Slurp, slurp, slurp.
One more word from you, and I shall use the leash.
I had to hide from the gods. So I had the walls of this crypt equipped with tenebrium and protections put in place. It worked. Everyone, even the gods, thought me dead. As divine, I was created, empowered to stop the void. I was the avatar of the Seven, their strength and their weakness. My bond to them allowed me to drain them of their source.
Yes, in a sense. When the Death Fog was unleashed, many elves died. With fewer elves to worship him, Teosendilius weakened. This gave the God King his first real foothold back in the world. To strengthen himself, he sent his Voidwoken, the remnants of my people, to hunt down the sorcerers seeking to reclaim their source.
The Voidwoken. Disgusting things. They ravaged the land they touched and infected the air they breathed. They were also an incredible stroke of luck. You see, blaming the sorcerers for Voidwoken made them easier to capture.
The Aetheran now contains almost all of the source the Seven stole. Soon, we will be able to heal the Veil.
The void shall be banished, and I, Lucian the Divine, shall return from the dead. A false divine, of course. I shall have no power. But the world will not know this. I shall demand peace, and we shall have it.
The plan is almost complete.
We have made so many sacrifices, Ifan. All of us. Of ourselves and those we love. One last sacrifice is required. For the future of Rivellon, you must surrender
Itu
your
kok point of
source.
view-nya dari gua ya?
Apanya?
Itu point of view-nya Tony.
Oh, keren.
Decide. Be the true hero and give up your source, or be forced to submit. Like a coward. Like a slave.
There is no other way. The source of the world is required to close the veil. All of the source. We only lack yours.
Nomor 5-nya nyebelin banget.
Maggot, I am no slave. I am Brachus Rex. I am the Source King.
With a flick of her wrist, Dallis sends a jolt through Brachus's body. He writhes in pain.
Don't worry, he's well under control. He's made a fine servant. Isn't that right, ingrate? I used him to find the Aetheran. When we're done, I'll release him from his duty and free him from his pain. Until then...
Dallis punctuates her statement with another wrist flip. Brachus shudders, but his lips remain curled in a self-satisfied grimace.
I do not expect you to approve of my means. Only the ends.
Come now. Even you have never shied from playing the villain when it's prudent. We're
Mau di-save di sini
not
nggak?
nice.
Kayaknya pilih beda-beda
We're
bakal
just
beda
right.
achievement. Gua pilih yang paling cepat dulu ya. Nomor 4 dulu ya.
Then let us proceed. Show some responsibility, Father! Surrender your source!
You'll be a hero. Everyone will know of the sacrifice you'll make. Your name will be synonymous with the survival of Rivellon.
Kita belum pernah make sacrifice ya?
Belum sih.
Ah,
Lucian's right. We can save the world from the void. We should make the sacrifice.
It pains me.
Terus gue masih put the loot away.
I say we
Oh,
surrender
yeah?
our souls.
Okay.
The decision is yours.
Good.
Yes, very
Itu dia.
good.
Achievement unlocked. Fool me once.
She raises what looks like a leash. A chuckle emerges from beneath Vredeman's hood. The chuckle becomes a guffaw, booming and hateful. Dallis flicks her wrist. And nothing happens.
Oh,
Oh,
Dallas.
kita lawan treatment.
Sweet, simple Dallas.
How? What? The leash is cut!
A bright observation from a bilious imbecile. You know people often become sloppy when they're close to achieving their dream. You left the leashing wand next to me, you stupid maggot. So accustomed had you become to me, pretending to be your slave.
Kill him.
Do shut up, you tedious buffoon. And don't look so surprised. As if I would allow a bone bag to enslave me. Me! Yes, I am the one true king of the Source. He who shall be god of the Source. It is time for my divinity! Or did you really think I'd play slavishly along with your ridiculous scheme, Dallas? Yes, I played my part of the servile stooge. But know this. It was only about the power of divinity.
Kill him now.
Too late, you moldering, blight-stained pigs.
Tell Brackers to shut
Grant
his
me
mouth.
power, my ally. God King, I call on you.
Oke,
Tetap berantem juga.
tapi cuma sama dia.
Mau di load dulu nggak Pak?
Boleh?
Daripada lanjut begini terus.
Oh,
kalau ini langsung
phase
ya.
2.
Iya.
Nggak asik. Dulu kan?
Ya.
The God King hears my call.
Ya dapat achievement
Tops.
lain juga. Yang pakai Ivan. Yang di Lucian ini achievementnya cuma ada Ivan sama Vayne.
Oke.
Kalau Vayne kalau nggak salah pas selesai fight, kalau Ivan itu pas sebelum fight.
Ton lo kalau bisa langsung listen ya Ton. Oh enggak nih, Ton udah di conversation. Aman aman.
Oke. Yang ini gue ambil ini ya. Kill Lucian ya.
Oke.
Everyone. Oh, bebas.
As I say, one last sacrifice is required. Yours. Good. You understand.
The world shall not know this. I shall return from the grave, a divine without power, yet all who desire power shall fear me. I shall carry the secret of my lack of divinity. Peace shall reign.
We already had more than enough Godwoken.
Another sacrifice I was forced to make. Those beautiful people. I was as kind as I could be. I promise you that.
Then let us proceed. Show some responsibility, Father!
tetap sih.
Surrender your source.
You'll
Oh
be a
nanti
hero.
pilihannya yang itu kali ya.
Everyone will know the sacrifice you'll make.
Yang nomor satu
Your
aja.
name will be synonymous with the survival.
Don't let them do this to us.
But our souls. There has to be another way.
I understand.
Belum
Sacrifice
usahanya nggak
takes
ada.
courage,
Yoi.
but I shall help
Masih
you.
play dulu.
Though it pains me, your sacrifice shall be made for you. Dallas,
I'm sorry. You've come such a long way, but there is too much at stake. This is the end.
Oke.
Dik, dia duluan lagi kan?
Gila, suaranya sampai hilang.
Iya.
Lupa gue pakai ini.
Pakai apa?
Living on the Edge.
Lu nggak pakai?
Lupa gue.
Lu kena stun juga lagi.
Foto gua ada nggak di combat?
Enggak.
Lu
Terus
belum
gimana?
masuk, Wan.
Gua masuk ya sekarang ya.
Masuk aja, Wan.
Boleh masuknya pakai ini nggak, Wan? Oh, langsung.
Tadi nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain sih. Ya. Coba.
Thank you ya.
Yo.
Nice.
Kan tuh ngilanginnya gimana ya?
Magic Shell.
Kayaknya iya.
Oh enggak,
shock.
shock harusnya kalau di gua.
Thank you. Sama tahunnya habis lah.
Habis ini.
Tak.
Gila.
Dan dulu deh, dengerin lagu yang pas ini tuh suaranya seru banget.
Iya.
Dia ngapain ngedot-ngedot source nih?
Butuh source tuh.
Ya, source kita nggak pernah habis.
Lagunya apa suaranya juga tertutup kan?
Iya. Mumble King. Aduh, habis. Lalu pindah tempat sama Dalis aja kan. Azek.
Kalau kita bisa kalahin Dalis di sini, dapat senjatanya dia toh.
Jauh banget Dalisnya.
Gua lagi
Gua
lihat
mau nanti
snapnya Tony.
di-play.
Iya. Aduh, dikit banget. Dapet. Tapi
Dianya juga agak race gitu soalnya.
nice.
Mati ini semua. Di
Minimal ada 4 sih mati.
Geisha keputus ya dari darah.
Oh iya. Tinggal segitu.
Apa itu mati emang ya.
Minum teh Tam. Dapat AP terus dan bisa di stack.
Bener juga, maksudnya tadi gue minum teh ya.
Minus 2 AP kok sama plus AP. White tea sama green tea.
Kok hilang tuh barusan?
Serius lu?
Ada yang hilang tuh?
Ya,
Iya nggak sih? Yang green tea-nya ya?
Iya, green tea-nya hilang. Iya.
Kita kalau glass cannon pakai white tea jadinya apa ya?
Green tea berarti yang lebih kepake. Masih banyak kok di event.
Di gua masih banyak kok.
Pakai aja.
Gua buka dulu.
Oh iya.
Wait.
Oh,
Kalau
iya,
kita
benar.
kalau kita glass cannon jadi pasti jadi kayak lone wolf.
Sekarang begitu lu pakai green tea gini, maksimum apa ya berapa?
8.
Oh, yang
kalau green tea
stack
6.
berarti.
Oke.
Choose one. Mati kok.
Iwan,
Dua.
ternyata kalau mau dapetin achievement yang Demon's Embrace, lu kan dapet an Apple Day. Yang banish your demon kan. Kalau mau yang Demon's Embrace, Iwan harus dibiarin 3 turn kena kena dim possession.
Pas lawan Agramalik ya.
Alternatively, when speaking to the doctor before extinguishing any candles, speak to the doctor as Lousa and pick the dialogue option to side with him.
Oke.
Bunuh Dalis. Tuh barangnya tuh tahun Executioner sama yang The Judge yang lu pakai. Intelligence 2 Warfare.
Anjir,
Gila serem habis.
serem banget Tony.
Gua save dulu aja.
Ini Dalisnya 11.000.
Dan udah mati.
Gua tuh nggak inget masih bisa ngapa-ngapain dulu atau langsung ke transfer ke phase 2. Gua totally lupa.
Seingat gue sih transfer ya.
Langsung ya?
Nah,
Ambil sekarang aja kalau gitu judge-nya. Judge. Yo.
kayak apa sih? Coba lihat.
Pencet alt aja. Pencet alt.
Anjir.
Executioner 6 strength 2 necromancer. Grand skill dari 1 d8. Wow. Wah,
Apa? Ntar gua ambilin barangnya. Kalau cuma bisa ngambil satu, gua ambil satu lagi.
The Judge 6 intelligence 2 warfare.
Ambil aja.
Memori lu hilang dong. Memorinya hilang? Oh enggak ya, lu ngambilnya yang di Rancor diganti. Iya tahu. Yang Eternal Stormblade tetap Eternal.
Santai. Senjata lebih penting.
Bisa dibunuh Haikal kok.
Yo.
Delay. Simpen Anathema.
Terus doi kemana? Ada.
Silakan Wan.
Bunuhan.
Oke.
Saving.
Isinya source semua itu. Oh, kalau kita tuh ngebantu mungkin cuma 2 orang. XP-nya mungkin nggak -3 ya. XP-nya -2.
Abis ini tuh fight lagi nggak sih? Kalau gua minum tea sekarang berkurang ini nggak?
Nggak
Duration.
Minum aja. Masih banyak nih kita.
Iya.
Oke.
The last fight tuh.
Iya.
Gua aja lupa mau pakai.
Lucian struggles to rise, but the weight of his own pain leaves him to gravity's mercy.
My time is done. But your source burns so bright I'm all but blinded by it. Be wise and true, Godwoken. I am no hero, but wisdom and truth. These are values I always believed in.
Dallis groans in pain.
I have failed. The future of all that is rests on your shoulders.
You think back on your journey here, on all that you have seen and done. You think of the Magisters, and the sorcerers they hunted, and of the good and the evil on both sides. You think of how the Eternals came as Voidwoken to reclaim their stolen world. You look at the source around you. The power is immense. Divinity at your fingertips. You think of what you could do with such power. The rights you'd wrong, the wars you'd win. You marvel at your journey and how it has changed you. You think of those you left behind, and of those you met along the way, who stood by you or against you. It's time to choose your fate.
Oh,
And the fate of all you hold dear. What shall it be?
Udah.
Shall you
Kok
be
nggak lanjut ke phase 2?
divine?
Oh, karena Freedemannya udah mati gitu.
Oke. Ton ini bisa jadi divine kan? Oke, gue lepas ya. Harus mager.
Kalau gua yang klaim Divinity ngaruhnya apa?
Harus duel sama Tony.
I vote for mother.
Oke. Bow your head.
Di gua error gitu, narator nggak jelas. Yo.
After all that you have been through, and all that you have done, all that you have become, the Aetheran lies in front of you. Divinity is
Duduknya, Ton.
yours to take,
Feminim sekali.
or to sacrifice. What you do next decides your own fate and the future of the world. What shall you do with divinity?
Yang
Semuanya udah
pertama,
punya.
semua udah punya.
Udah punya kita.
Pertama Ton,
Tuh.
become the god. Oh, kita nggak ada phase 2 ya?
Yo.
Ada. Freedemannya
Bisa
udah mati
gitu ya?
duluan soalnya.
Siapanya?
Freedemannya udah mati duluan. Iya.
Oh,
Tony terlalu kuat.
bahkan gue belum pakai anatema. Nice.
Epic.
And so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken.
Beda.
A new divine
Udah punya.
rose, a true heir to the Seven, more powerful than ever, and united Rivellon in its battle against the Void. All across the realm, she was loved, worshipped, and adored. Humans, lizards, elves, and dwarves all rallied to her banner. The Great Allegiance stood once more, but the war continued. From the depths of the Void, the God King still sought to return.
Divinity 3.
As for me, my last hope of ever being freed of the God King's terrible tyranny faded when the Godwoken claimed divinity. An eternity of pain and suffering is mine. I cling now to the dream that one day the veil will be sealed, that one day I can be freed, that one day a new Godwoken will rise.
Udah kita bunuh benar.
Wih.
Yang gue nggak ngerti di sini.
Nyala.
Ini cuma epilog ya.
Selesai.
Ngomong kan sama Maladi?
Malady stands tall and proud, sunlight sparkling off her mask. From here she looks almost angelic.
Itu mask ternyata beneran.
Iya mas.
Beneran, Mas?
Di
Bukannya...
tulisnya Mas.
Oh,
Well, here we are again. You, me, and the ship I've saved from ruin for your personal benefit. I'd say you owe me, but why state the obvious? Get an eyeful, Your Holiness. I expect it's the last we'll see of each other for some time.
She turns to you, arms crossed, and grins.
Look at you. Magnificent.
Bebas?
Actually, I've never looked better. Except for one small thing.
She fingers the mask covering her face. For a moment, it seems as though she's about to remove it. But instead, she places a hand on your shoulder.
We've come a long way together. I did my best by you all the way. I sacrificed much. But I'd give even more to see you become exactly what you've become. Soon, I'd like to have a little chat about something new, but I believe that can wait. Relax. Enjoy. I certainly plan to do the same.
Ini kayaknya kalau
Oh, I
save
don't
game yang
know,
ininya disimpan nih,
roundabout.
feeling gue
Treat
bisa
myself to
dilanjut ke
some
yang ketiga.
mead, a lover or
Kayaknya gitu ya.
300.
Iya.
Dia bikin
I'd
kayak
say
gitu.
we've earned it. And when the time comes, I'll come find you, Your Holiness.
Coba ngomong sama kita. Bisa nggak? Kita masih Lady Vengeance. Amira.
It gives me almost as much pleasure to speak to you as it does to be whole again.
Itu buat epilog nanti.
I will always be an ally to those that carry swords. To those I am at the ready.
Let's go on. End it. Udah selesai?
You look out to the endless beyond. The sun's light plays upon the waves, just as it always did. The sails flutter in the wind, just as they always will. And yet, something is different. You are different. And with a start, you realize where you must go next. You speak the command to the Lady Vengeance, and another chapter begins.
I delight at your return.
Oke, beres. Selamat guys.
Yeay, kedua kali. Memang main game tuh lebih seru The Journey daripada DM.
Udah selesai. On to Borderlands.
Oke. Borderlands
There's
ini.
nothing interesting down there. The future lies above, not below.
loh.
Tadi cek.
Ini yang lanjut. Ada ceritanya yang gambar-gambar itu.
Oh, yang gambar-gambar. Iya, benar.
War raged on. Arx remained the center of power as the races united behind the Divine. But the Voidwoken attacks continued as they did elsewhere. Arx would see many more long years of war. The ancient empire of lizards became one of the pillars of the new Divine Alliance. The houses of war and of shadows were particularly useful in the fight against the God King. The Empire used the war to expand its territory. With Justinia dead, the Dwarven kingdom descended into chaos. But although they did not join the Divine Alliance, many joined the fight against the Void and did their people great honor in battle and in death. With Lucian gone, the elves reluctantly rejoined the Divine Alliance. Their place in the war on the Void would entirely depend on the integrity of the new Divine. And here and there, across the world, what was left of the Black Ring fought on.
Iya, di beltnya
The
ya.
island of Fort Joy remained a sorcerer's paradise, a place of exile for those whose sorcery threatened to bring in the Void. For their well-being, its residents depended entirely on the benevolence of the new Divine.
Nggak tahu gue juga.
Keren juga.
Reaper's Coast struggled on.
Iyalah, kita bunuh semua. Udah mati semua.
The farms and the fisheries fought to feed the people against the Voidwoken blight. The black pits took fire. The oil there burns still. Driftwood teetered on the edge of starvation until the night the Voidwoken came from the sea. All were killed. This did, however, put an end to the famine.
Tahu lagi, kita bunuh semuanya.
The nameless isle had vanished. Although only open water remained, by instinct ships would steer clear. None of the captains could articulate why. Young Han grew up a warrior and became one of the Alliance's greatest generals. But even he could not win the war. Almira and Mihaili settled in an abandoned homestead. The locals liked and respected Almira. She never wanted for help, and deals always fell to her favor. Outsiders were often suspicious, but no local would speak against her. With a new divine at the helm, Malady had a powerful ally, but she was in no hurry to call in her favor. After all, it might be the last thing she ever did. Having performed the greatest act of necromancy in history, Tarquin found the new world unchallenging. He became obsessed with rumors of another plane of existence. One day he vanished and was never seen again. Ahu the wizard served the new divine with honor, wisdom, and an at times unnerving feline elegance. Jehan the demon hunter never stopped hunting for demons. Sahala sought to strengthen the Elven alliance with the new divine. Her powers of sight proved useful in the ongoing war against the Void. But she could never be sure that the new divine trusted her. Tova, her mother, was Sahela's most trusted warrior. Fane travelled Rivellon, notebook in hand, recording the wonders he discovered. He kept a socket peeled for signs of the Eternals, hoping to find the wife he had lost. He's still looking.
Kenapa nggak ada baju yang kayak gini sih?
With a small band of elves, Ifan Ben Medst replanted the lost forests. After the first fresh shoots broke the earth, Ifan returned to the war, leading the elves in service of the divine. Some say Afrit, his soul wolf, walks the forest still. Losa returned to her music and enjoyed a storied career as the Divine's premier musician. Dark moods would still overtake her, and she would spend long hours walking in the wilds. She always returned with a new song. And then there was you.
Ivannya mana?
You, Sabine, the Elven Divine. What did you do with your power? What kind of divine were you as the world battled on? Did you show
Bikin endingnya
mercy
susah
or
banget.
strength? Did you sacrifice others as Lucian had done? Did you regret becoming divine? Did you wish you'd surrendered the power that runs through your veins and sealed the veil? Did you bring back the ancestor trees? Only you know the truth.
Apaan?
Only you know if you atone for your sins.
Bagian akhirnya yang ada pembicaraan Sebelnya cuma Tony berarti ya?
Tadi gua ada.
Ada, justru Tony yang nggak ada.
Ah benar juga.
Bagus.
Iya bisa jalan-jalan doang tapi nggak bisa kemana-mana tapi. Iya.
Oke, saatnya download Borderlands.
Oke.
Lihat build dulu.
Kayaknya gue ada deh udah Borderlands, belum gue delete lagi. Borderlands ada. Gila beda banget. Beda banget, ini baru 25 jam.
Apanya?
Permainan, mainin Borderlands baru 25 jam.
Belum.
Gua main Divinity Original Sin 2 itu udah 430 jam.
Gila.
Build. Santai.
Gua nggak tahu nih. Achievementnya Ivan, dari. Iya. Jadi yang Fool Me Once sama A Wolf Avenged. Baru unlock 71% guys.
Gila. mau itu ya? Mau jadi perfect ya? Perfect game. Semua
iya
achievement
dong,
dapat
mau dong.
platinum.
Mau dong. Dapat hero udah, dapat villain udah. Mesti bunuh-bunuhin orang tuh kayak Haikal.
Ngisep-ngisep source orang kan. Spirit-spiritnya lo ngisep-ngisepin gitu. Orang-orang yang baik tapi bukan orang jahat. Jadi nggak bisa dari musuh. Kayak dari citizen gitu. Aduh. Gak bisa.
Anda harus dari awal.
Nggak bisa switch difficulty. Kalau dari tactician terus ke yang bawahnya bisa ya?
Bisa.
Oke.
Pay 1 millionnya cuma berapa jam gitu, terus habis itu udah hilang lagi.
Borderlands.
Boleh. Gue kalau sampai iya sih gue bikin Sebil sih.
Nih.
Red Prince, gue bikin Red Prince kalau gue.
Siapa yang mau nge-host?
Lu lah.
Oke, kalau gue rulesnya nggak boleh honor.
Gak apa-apa.
Mager soalnya terlalu banyak activity.
Apa-apa. It's okay. Honor sebetulnya main honor sama main tactician tuh sebetulnya sama Ton. Yang bikin beda tuh cuma save game-nya aja.
Gak boleh salah.
Iya. Bukan masalah build-nya sih, kalau menurut gua begini. Gak boleh masuk fight yang bodoh gitu aja sih.
Terus main save ya.
Jadi kayak kemarin kita ngebunuh Alexander itu pakai Deathlock. Nah, kayak gitu-gitu perlu dihindari. Gitu.
Kita kalau ini ada benernya sih, yo, kalau build yang asal terus fight yang nggak bisa kita menangin, kita ke lock di fight itu. Nggak bisa keluar.
Iya sih ada bener.
Jadi
Gue nggak mikir sampai segitunya gitu, kayak oh ya. Kita mau physical lagi semua atau mau magical aja?
Tentuin aja mau bikin mau bikin karakter apa.
Kalau magical gue bikin elemental warrior.
Salah pencet.
Jadi terus Iwan dalam hati ini, jadi kita ngulang lagi main lagi. Ini nggak jadi Borderlands.
Tenang lah, gue lagi sambil baca build-nya Borderlands.
Yo, santai.
Sambil download kita bikin ini juga.
Kita mau bikin save gamenya sekarang? Oke.
Bisa?
Iya, bikin aja lah.
Download Borderlands.
Gue tuh yang nggak ngerti ya kalau di Borderlands. Kan gue maunya jadi sniper.
Bisa?
Nah, gue pengen jadi sniper dan melee. Jadi kalau ada yang datang, gue pengen melee.
Bisa?
Tapi susah banget bikinnya.
Pakai extend.
Bisa kalau mau sniper sama melee berarti zero.
Oh iya, zero bener.
Udah. Kan gue ngambil zero kan kemarin, Wan.
Tapi lu kalau nanti buat build terakhirnya tuh harus pilih mau lebih fokus ke melee-nya atau ke snipernya. Sniper build.
Sniper sih. Iya.
Iya, gue juga bebas.
Sambil download tunggu.
Si Iwan belum download soalnya Ton Borderlands.
Oh, udah. Gue tinggal bentar nih. Paling 10 menit beres. Ya. Gue ini udah gue backup. Jadi
Oke. Tony, lu udah masih ada kan, Ton? Borderlands-nya? Oke. Sambil download Borderlands, kita sambil bikin karakter aja di game itu.
Oke.
Kenapa build yang bagus tuh semuanya lone wolf ya?
Terus itu lone wolf-nya yang masih lone wolf dulu kan? Ya nggak sih? Yang di Sinti atau udah di-update yang baru?
Ada yang baru nih, yang Divine Arknight.
Oh, oke.
Gue main dual dagger ya.
Jadi physical lagi.